you can give me 5 seconds of your time before every shot you hit on the golf course, whether it's a driver, a wedge or a putt, I can make your scores better. The last 5 seconds before you strike any shot are crucial. It's make or break time. What is going on in that short period is going to determine whether you have a good chance of a good outcome or no chance whatsoever. Before I tell you what should be happening in that 5 seconds, let's look at what does happen. Pick a spot, pick a club, maybe a couple of practice swings, maybe they may just be like little flicks, no real purpose to them, some general landing spot. Then into the ball, and it is thinking time. So right, where's my right wrist going to go? Where's my elbow going to go? What am I going to do with my head? What am I going to do with my chest on the way down? How am I going to release it? All in a very short time frame in the backswing and downswing, which is microseconds. You've got no chance if that's you. Which begs the question, what should be happening? Well, the answer is it depends. It depends on whether you are doing technical work. It depends on whether you're out of that stage and a bit more automatic. It really depends on where you are in your golfing journey. I'm going to show you a couple of options as to maybe what you should be thinking, and we'll start with the technical. You're going to utilize your practice swings to actually rehearse the technical move you're working on. So let's just pull one out of the air. Let's say I'm going to work on my trail wrist. I'm going to make sure this doesn't go too quickly. That 5 seconds before you pull the trigger should be spent reinforcing that. So I'm going to hold it in the right wrist there. In that position, I'm going to focus entirely on that and make sure that that position is held throughout the stroke. This last 5 seconds on countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm into the ball, I've got loads of feel for it, and I'm repeating it. So when I step into the golf ball, there is no thought about the right wrist anymore. I've stood there for 5, rehearsed it, bang, executed. To push that example further, it could be anything. Let's not do right wrist this time, let's do one more. Let's go left shoulder. Where's my left shoulder going to go? I'm going to try and make it go down a little bit more than normal. That's going to move my head towards the target a touch and move my strike part on the ground a little bit further forwards. So I'm into my 5 seconds. A few rehearsals, really getting a feel for it, maybe exaggerating it. Into the ball, repetition. Ultimately, that's not ideal because we're not really into the target, we're not into the shot. We're going to go there now. I remember watching videos of Tiger Woods in practice rounds and often in rounds. Some of the rehearsals he was doing kind of blew my mind. I didn't really understand why he was doing them. The one that really comes to mind is in a practice round at the Ryder Cup going back some years. And Tiger was moving the club around, right, in two hands, not in a golfing grip though, right? So he had this club, he had the ball, we had a target, slightly elevated green, trying to go up a little bit. And you can see he's kind of positioning his club face because he needs loft. And then he was moving the club around with a split grip, which gave him, for me, a really good sense of how that club should be moving in space. The path it's traveling on, the loft that's being delivered, where it shuts on the ground, maybe how quickly it's releasing. Okay, because obviously there's variety in the air. There's variety in there, but what we're taking is, he is figuring out where does the club need to move for me to hit the shot I need to hit. And then once he'd got that, he'd put two hands on and he'd keep the club moving that way and figure out how does my body need to respond to that club to make it happen. So there's your 5 seconds rehearsing club movement, which is where you need to go if you want to get really good, because that club movement is going to provide all the information to the golf ball to get the golf ball hopefully to go where you want it to go. One of the best proponents of that in the current game is Justin Thomas. Isn't that ironic that somebody who's played so much golf with Tiger, is very good friends with Tiger, kind of mirrors to some degree what Tiger did pre-shot and in practice. And it's probably also not a coincidence that Justin Thomas is very, very good. So let's go a little bit JT. We're going to go in a little bit lower. Not to say he does, I'm just going to hit a lower shot for fun. How does the club need to move? I'm going to go two hands. I feel like it needs to stay a bit closer to the ground. Maybe it needs to hold the lean a bit more. I'm going to deliver less loft. How's my body moving to make that happen? Hands on the club, here's my 5 seconds. Okay, pretty much got the movement in there, pretty happy. And again, pretty good. So I'm completely switched off when I'm at the golf ball. I've spoken about this kind of procedure as far as what the club's doing on the ground in this video. But we're going to take it down to that commitment of 5 seconds. 5 seconds on every shot. Now I've done it on short game shots, obviously. you can do it from the tee with driver, you can do it on irons and approach. What you do pre-swing is everything. If you're over the golf ball in a technical mess, or you're questioning, is this the right shot? You've done something wrong in the 5 seconds preceding. So that's all I ask. Give me 5 seconds, your scores will drop. If you like this video, check out the links below where you can get a free PDF ebook on controlling low points, and there'll be a link there for the Wedge Matrix Academy if you just want to jump past the ebook and join us.